What is going on, Summoners? We're back here today with another Champion Deep Dive. Today, we're talking about Arnim Zola. So, sit back and relax, because it's time to get into it. Arnim Zola enters the contest with advanced robotics, providing immunity to bleed and poison, as well as ensuring his ability accuracy and combat power rate can only be modified by his own effects. His first medium and light attacks don't make contact with the opponent, and the critical penetration of opponent's basic attacks is reduced by -80% flat, and Zola cannot lose more than 10% of his max health from a single damage source, excluding Special 3. Now, Zola can activate a pre-fight ability to select either a Special 1 lock or a Special 2 lock effect. When finishing a special attack, he inflicts the selected effect as a passive for 20 seconds. If neither is selected, he inflicts a 30% potency cowardice debuff during the opponent's special attacks. This becomes a 90% potency passive while defending. Zola gains an indefinite ESP charge when he's struck with anything other than a heavy attack. If he blocks a hit, he gains 3 charges. And when knocked down by a heavy attack, he loses 10. These max out at 30 charges, and at 20, before being hit by a basic attack, Zola has a 10% chance to consume all ESP charges to inflict a sleep passive for 3 seconds. For each charge over 20, the chance is increased by +5% flat. And during a well-timed block, the chance is increased to 100%. Now, the first hit of Zola's heavy attack inflicts a 0.5% disintegration debuff, dealing direct damage over 0.5 seconds. If the opponent is not stunned, he inflicts an additional 5. And while the opponent is suffering from any of these, all of his hits inflict another disintegration debuff. These debuffs are paused while Zola is charging or performing a heavy or special. And the final hit of his special attacks removes all of them. Now, let's check out his special attacks. On activation of the Special 1, he gains a 10% Energize passive for 60 seconds, maxing out at 5 stacks. The first hit also grants a Fury buff for 4 seconds, paused until the start of his next special attack. With the Special 2, on activation, he inflicts a 40% disintegration passive, dealing direct damage over 10 seconds. Each buzzsaw hit consumes one of Zola's personal energizes to inflict a 10% disintegration passive for 10 seconds. The Special 3. At the end of this attack, he inflicts a 30% armor break debuff for 20 seconds, maxing out at 5 stacks. He also gains a self-repair passive, healing 100% of his missing health over 20 seconds. This passive is removed if he's stunned, and for each time this attack has been used previously in the quest, these effects' base durations are tripled, up to 3 times. Now, let's check out his signature ability. When awakened, upgrades to his neural network grant him the Psychic Shielding tag while in a fight. Additionally, striking a sleeping opponent grants an unblockable passive for up to 12 seconds. And when his special attacks remove his disintegration debuffs, each debuff deals a burst of direct damage. Now, let's take him out for a spin in the champion rotation. To begin, block and strike the opponent to build your charges and push them back toward the wall. Focus on baiting heavies, and then, once they're almost at 2 bars of power, launch your Special 1 to gain your Energize, Fury, and inflict your Special 1 lock. Bait the opponent's Special 2 while they're near the wall, then parry above 20 charges to inflict Sleep, and start chaining your heavy attacks. While performing your heavies, your disintegration debuffs will be paused, and Once the opponent just about reaches 2 bars, launch your special attack to explode them and burst the opponent down. And if they aren't already wiped out, just repeat the process until they are. Now, if you're up against an opponent with a scary or unblockable Special 2, you might want to choose the Special 2 lock pre-fight instead to lock things down and make sure Zola's always in control. And don't forget, if you don't choose any of them, that cowardice on the opponent makes him very tanky when baiting the opponent's special attacks. And hey, if you happen to mess up, and trust me, we've all been there, Arnim Zola's got your back with that self-repair passive on his Special 3 that regenerates 100% of missing health each time you use it. And not to mention, he'll also break the opponent's armor. But don't go too crazy, cause each time you use this, that regen will take a lot longer to tick all the way to the top. Thank you for watching this Champion Deep Dive for Arnim Zola. And hey, if you liked the video and want to see more, click subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you haven't already, join the official Marvel Contest of Champions Discord and come discuss. And remember, we'll see you in the battle realm.